Hundreds of people turned out in Newquay this weekend to welcome a new state-of-the-art lifeboat to the village. The all-weather vessel will replace the old lifeboat, which has been in service for 30 years along the Ceredigion coast. And Craig Duggan is there for us tonight. Craig.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. This is what £2.5 million can buy you, a brand new lifeboat with the latest technology in terms of navigation, communications and safety for those being rescued and the crew. And crucially, it's an all-weather lifeboat, which means it can be sent out to rescues during storms. And that's really important for this lifeboat station and the wider community, because around 6 years ago they were told that they could be downgraded here to having just a smaller inshore lifeboat. Escorted by other craft, the new Shannon-class lifeboat number 1348 was welcomed by hundreds of people on the Newquay seawall. Twice as fast and more manoeuvrable than the old lifeboat. At £2.5 million, it's a major upgrade.
It's equipped with all of the latest technologies. Speed, in terms of the RLI strategy, is a 25-knot lifeboat. We'll get there faster, safer and more securely for the crew.
Also a lot more manoeuvrable in that it doesn't just go forward and back, you can move it almost side to side and it can move on the spot a lot better. So obviously if you're manoeuvring in towards a cliff or around the coast, that's going to make life a lot easier for us.
There are all-weather lifeboats in Fishguard, Pembrokeshire and Barmouth in Gwynedd. At one time, the RNLI proposed having only an inshore boat in Newquay, meaning the crew couldn't answer calls in rough weather. In 2017, locals started a successful campaign to get the charity to think again.
Our concern was that we wouldn't be able to respond to all kinds of emergencies on the sea if we had a boat that wasn't capable of launching in all weather. Fortunately, the RNLI listened to our concerns, and fortunately we're welcoming a new all-weather lifeboat today.
There's a strong link between the local community and the lifeboat going back generations. Trevor Evans has volunteered since 1967.
Changes in boat design, incorporating improved navigation systems, improved safety measures, communication.
Many changes then, but I guess the reason you volunteer never changes.
The reason will never change. When anyone's in distress on the sea, we're always here, ready to help them.
Newquay fought to keep this, the only all-weather lifeboat on the Ceredigion coast. The new boat is now in its new home, and for decades to come will help local volunteers save lives at sea. Joining me now is Daniel Potter, coxswain of the lifeboat, and Rhys Tom Jones, second coxswain. You've spent the last week on this brand new boat. What's it like? What's better?
It's absolutely superb. The technology on it, the speed of the craft, and the technology is just immense on it, and it's all the latest technology.
It's going to make a difference, Rhys Tom.
It's going to make a huge difference to us. The safety of the crew is paramount, but every time I ask somebody, what difference do you think this boat will make for Newquay, it's that the community's safer also.
Danny, you were telling me earlier on about the very strong bond between the lifeboat station here and the community, and your family links as well.
And also my family links. My great uncle was here in 1928, but also, you know, it's like I've spoken earlier, the community here is a family. The RNLI here, it's the heart of the community. And, you know, the youngsters you see on the beach today will be future coxswains, and they are the future. And it's so important when we saw the people coming into Newquay yesterday, seeing all the youngsters there, you know, we know that they'll be the future of Newquay Lifeboat.
You've got family links as well, Rhys Tom, and you were telling me earlier that was quite emotional yesterday, leaving Pwllheli to come down here, and especially coming into Newquay.
It was beyond. My father was, God bless his soul, even now I think my son's been on the crew, my daughter was on the crew on the Thames, and it's a huge.
You have such strong bonds, and it's very emotional. We can see. I was saying that, and you were saying the technology changes, Dan. The boats change, the personnel change, but
they do.
Some things, I guess, that those links and the camaraderie, that's a constant.
That's what keeps us here, you know. And bringing Newquay Lifeboat in yesterday was probably one of the highlights of my life.
Really?
Yeah. So proud, and thank God I didn't look at the community on the pier because I cried my eyes out.
You shed a tear?
I did shed a tear. I did the night before with the boys.
What does this mean going forward, Rhys Tom? Because those long links, and this secures those links for the decades to come.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here for the transition. you know, at my age now, I hope I can pass on most of my skills to the youngsters that are on the crew now. Everybody, I hope, will benefit.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the new boat.
Thank you very much.
An important time for Newquay, an important time for the RNLI. They have 6 weeks now to get all the crew members trained up on the new boat. In that time, the older Mersey class boat will continue to respond to calls. But after that, it's full steam ahead with a brand new boat here in Newquay.
Indeed. Craig Duggan on clearly an emotional day. Newquay, thanks very much indeed. The Hollywood star Ryan Reynolds